When Rich Harden's 7 2/3 innings of work ended tonight, giving up 6 hits, he had thrown 121 pitches, but the remarkable thing is during that 8th inning, his last frame of work, he was still hitting the gun between 95 and 97 miles an hour with his fastball. But on the evening, as things evolved, apparently having more and more confidence with his slider and his split finger, he mixed his pitches superbly in mowing down the Yankees' order inning after inning after those trying first 2 innings. And as a matter of fact, 5 batters into the second inning, there was this distinct feeling that the bullpen would be on the scene very early tonight. Even though Harden had gotten himself out of a first inning mess of his own making with 3 walks, it was really tough in that second inning. And then suddenly, just like a reverse turn, 180 degrees, it kicked in with a strikeout of Alex Rodriguez, and the evening began to turn his way and the A's way. In that first inning, he gave up 3 walks to the first 4 batters, and he had Posada, the Yankees' #1 run producer, at the plate. And for the first time tonight, he showed that he had good stuff and maybe had the confidence to put it where he wanted. He got 2 quick strikes on Posada. Now an 0-2 count to Posada, and the right-hander's pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3. He painted the outside corner, and Posada quietly takes a stroll back to the dugout. That was the first of 9 strikeouts tonight. Matsui then was induced to ground softly to second base, and Harden got out of the inning with being no worse for wear. But the second inning jumped out on him in a hurry. Bernie Williams batting 7th tonight, single. Tony Clark wrapped a double to left field. And then, as things seem to be going these days for the A's, it was Enrique Wilson finding a hole. Well, Harden now finds himself really embattled here after having got out of a 1-out bases-loaded situation in the first of his own making. Here's Enrique Wilson, who has 2 hits in the series, but they've both been important. They've both been doubles. And he swings on the first one, hits a looper to shallow center. Coming on Kotsay, dives, can't get it. It's flying, backed up by Burns. Williams is in. Clark had to hold up, goes as far as third. Yankees lead 1-0. Well, when you're going great, even the little dying quails fall in. And the A's could wonder if it was never going to end against the Yankees, especially when Kenny Lofton, who was in the lineup for the first time since coming back off the DL, the next hitter, took aim on the first pitch from Harden. And the pitch hammered into right center. That'll go all the way to the wall for extra bases. That should score both runs. One is in. Circling all the way from first, coming in to score is Wilson. Sliding to third, Lofton. Brooklyn. Yankees 3-0 in the second inning. And that could have been discouraging, too, because, as John Trinidad noted, it was a very good pitch down and in. He went down and got it, and you have to wonder what you're going to do to get something by this Yankee ball club. So the infield played in, and that didn't work either with Derek Jeter. Lofton still good speed at third base, even though he's getting in past the mid-30s. There's a ground ball. Base hit through the hole. In trots Lofton with a run. Jeter drives him home. 4-0 Yankees. 5 consecutive hits. And with the infield in, that ball had a way to get through. It wasn't hit all that hard, but in the right place. And nobody had a moment of thought at that point what Harden was going to do. He didn't wither, certainly. He struck out A-Rod. Then he popped up Sheffield. And for the second consecutive time got Posada looking at a third strike after falling behind 3-0. And there was a little hope breathed into the atmosphere here at the Coliseum. Even more so in the bottom of the second, though, against Javier Vasquez, who had set down the side in order in the first for the Yankees, as Dye and Hatterberg greeted him with consecutive singles. And then Durazo, with a patient at bat, drew a walk to load the bases. Although Bobby Crosby fouled out, Damian Miller, who's had a hot bat now for a couple of weeks, worked the count to 3-2, and the first good thing really happened for the A's here. Vasquez takes a long time, now has the sign, and again he'll deliver 3-2. Check swing. Didn't go. Ball 4, a run forced in. All the base runners were a little hesitant, not realizing at first whether it was a strike or a ball. T.B. Buckner on the appeal at first put his hands out horizontally, and Miller gets an RBI, his 8th of the year. And that brought up Kotsay, who had not been up with the bases loaded all season long. Vasquez went after him, got him in the hole, 1-2. Here it comes. Off speed. Sharply, base hit to right through the hole. One run is in. Coming to the plate, Durazo. The throw is not in time. Bounces away from Posada into the infield, and the runners wind up at second and third as Kotsay delivers. It is now a 4-3 Yankee lead. And the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second. And we're only in the second inning. The third proved to be uneventful as each pitcher had a 1-2-3 inning, and it was obvious that Harden was beginning to feel a very good rhythm as he did the same in the fourth inning, so he'd retired 8 consecutive batters at that time. When Vasquez started the bottom of the fourth, it was Durazo he faced as they went to 2-2.
Now the 2-2, and Durazo rips it to right, and we have a tie ball game. No doubt about it. Deep into the bleachers in dead right field for a Rubio Durazo, and it's A's 4, Yankees 4. His 5th home run on a 2-2 pitch, and he just crushed it. No doubt. Fastball right down the middle, belt high. He almost got that thing to the sweeps back up there. That was about 2 rows from the sweeps.
Sheffield's single with 1 out in the 5th inning ended a run of 10 straight batters retired by Harden. But with Posada at the plate, a great throw by catcher Damian Wilson cut down Sheffield in an attempted steal. Then Posada got on when he was hit by a pitch in the elbow, but Matsui grounded into a force out. From then until 2 out in the 8th inning, the Yankees didn't get a sniff. Not a base runner. At one stretch, Harden retired 5 out of 7 batters on strikes. And meantime, the A's were finding a way to push across the go-ahead runs. And they came with 2 out in the 6th inning when Durazo singled to right field for the second of his 3 hits. Crosby followed, singling him up to second base. Miller was at the plate when a wild pitch put runners at second and third, and then Miller drew the bases-loaded walk with 2 out that set up the situation for a pinch hitter. Billy McMillan was set up for Mario Scutaro, and Billy McMillan, ever the good eye at the plate, proved it once again. Now, he's tougher on left-handed hitters, at least on the averages, than he is on right-handers, but he's tougher on both. Now he's got a 3-1 situation, and he works to the plate. McMillan takes ball 4, the A's lead. Down and in. And Billy McMillan, with a great eye at the plate, was not going to chase anything out of his own. And as a result, out of the ball game is Javier Vasquez. So in came Gabe White, the left-hander, to face left-hand batting Mark Kotsay. Talk about deja vu. Remember the second inning? Bases were loaded. Count 1-2. Kotsay waits. Here it comes. Line drive over the pitcher into center field, a base hit. Here's 1 run in. Bearing in is the second run, Miller. 2 runs in, down the second, McMillan. For the second time tonight, Kotsay delivers a 2-run blow with the bases full. And the A's have shot in front to the tune of 7-4. It looked like it could be more when Burns tied into one and hit it deep to left field, but that wind tonight was knocking balls down, and Matsui caught it right in front of the wall to end the inning. Would 3 runs be enough? There have been times against the Yankees that was not the case. But Harden really was like a horse turned loose in the 7th inning with 1 out. It was Jeter up there, and who makes things happen more often than Jeter? But Harden overmatched him.
An even 100 pitches for Rich Harden. He threw 100 in his last start. That was against Tampa Bay this past weekend. Went 6. Allowed 6 hits in a run. He walked 2 and struck out 4. 3-2 to Jeter. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 7th. And it's on the way. And Jeter takes on the outside corner. Ring him up. Fastball, strike 3 called. And Jeter can't believe it. Fastball at 95. The 7th strikeout for Rich Harden. And here's Alex Rodriguez, who's walked, Cade, and bounced out.
And again, Harden answered the challenge with A-Rod.
Now the turn and the 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on it, missed, got it with a fastball up at 97 miles an hour. And if that's the last batter that Rich Harden faces tonight, he finishes with a flourish. The Yankees go down 1-2-3, and then strikeouts of Jeter and A-Rod, and we go to the bottom of the 7th as the Athletics are on top by the score of 7-4.
As it turned out, he was not the last man faced tonight by Rich Harden, because Ken Maka sent him out there in the 8th inning, and he got 2 quick outs. But then, still throwing hard, Matsui was able to draw a walk, and so did Bernie Williams, and suddenly the tying run was at the plate. And at 121 pitches, Maka went to the mound. Harden took a long walk to the dugout to the plaudits of the crowd of 38,000, a big standing ovation. Ricardo Rincon came on to face Tony Clark, and Clark and Rincon battled to 9 pitches before we got a decision.
So now Matsui going from second, Williams from first, and the 3-2 pitch is on the way, and it swung on and missed. Got it with a changeup, down and away. Tony Clark flings the bat away. He strikes out, ending the top of the 8th inning as the Yankees leave 2. And going to the bottom of the 8th, A's 7, Yankees 4.
Well, it was just getting over the hump with that when Jim Messere came on in the 9th. Fly ball by Wilson, ground ball by Lofton, and only Jeter was between the A's. And finally getting that win over the Yankees, which they seem to be having in their grasp as far back as 10 days ago. Messere ready again, the 2-1 delivery. Ground ball to short. Crosby has it. His throw in time, and the A's finally get over the hump against the Yankees. They break their 3-game losing streak. They stop a run of 9 losses in 11 games. And after 5 straight setbacks at the hands of the New Yorkers, they enter the win column tonight as Jim Messere has an unadventurous 9th inning, 1-2-3. As Rich Harden posts his first win of the year, Mark Kotze has a huge night at the plate, and the Athletics get a hard-earned victory tonight at the Coliseum. Final score, the A's 7 and the Yankees 4. We'll hear from Rich Harden.